when you get to MaRah and you're seeing that the waters are still bitter,
yep, that's key.
Don't abort mission.
Don't abort mission, though. Head back to Egypt.
Yeah, don't abort mission.
Don't abort mission.
And a lot of us are like, yo, it's still bad.
It's still bad.
They're still killing us like nothing on the streets. They're still doing. So the waters are bitter right now. The waters are bitter. That's the truth. The Adjust Your Lenses podcast is back. And this time, it's a collab between my brother, Donovan, and I. MaRah and Adjust Your Lenses presents Daily Bread. See, we've been on a journey. And what we want is for you to come on the journey with us. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelts. Come break bread with us.
One thing I think about the Bible, bro, is you don't really hear... I mean, I see it in it, but like you don't really... It's not funny. Like, there's no comedy in the Bible. Like, there's nothing that's funny in the Bible. But at the same time, there's so much craziness. You be like, God, why you took them? You knew you had to leave in Egypt. Why you took them to like the Red Sea?
Like
to me, that's like God's comedy. Or you go irony, or you want to call it like, yo, like, or you know what I mean? It's like, but that for me, like, you know, God was thinking stuff. He's like, yo, God, this don't make no sense going on. But to him, like, that's comedy.
That's comedy.
That's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you gotta trust me, like, God, this Red Sea, it ain't moving. Like, how you Queens doing? We gonna die.
Like, we gonna die. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how does he do it? What's in your hand? I don't know. Like, what you mean? You ask me, that's what you gonna ask me right now? Is what's in my hand? Like, it's like, these people are about to kill me. Like, they're about to kill me.
Yo, literally, like, so if they don't kill me, the people I just took out gonna kill me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna die either way. Like, yo, God, what's good? That's God. No, but they're following him though. Like, that's just it's par for the course. Like, yo, he gonna take your stuff. But I'm like, I don't know where he going, yo.
Yeah.
I just know I want to go because I trust him, but I really don't know, bro. Cause I'm saying like, this wasn't in my plan a year ago. It's not in my plans, bro. But like, he know what he want. He just needs willing people to go forth and do.
Yeah,
he's saying, right.
Yeah,
you know?
and so I think that like that's one of those things where, you know, the key obedience is such a powerful thing, because one thing in the Bible that really boggles my mind still, right, is Abraham sacrificing Isaac.
Yeah, it's a big job.
Like, I don't think I'll ever truly understand that until I'm in heaven.
Which part though? God's asking of it. Isaac accept. You know what I mean? Like, Abraham accepting it. Yeah. I think it's like who, like, or all three. Everybody just.
I want to know what was Sarai. Yeah, what was Sarai doing?
Sarai, was she
like? You about to do what? You about to do what?
Yeah, I want to
know, like, this is like I want to know, like when he got up that morning, you like, yo, we about to go, and Isaac was like, what? You said, huh? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, and the reason why I feel like it's such a huge thing is we miss the most important part. Genesis 22. Okay, the name of the place is Jireh. So yes, I think we focus on that because Jehovah Jireh means the Lord provides, and it makes so much sense for us to focus on that. But the verse that has been, the part of that has been really like playing in my head lately is, it says that, and Abraham saw the future, because that is the same place where Jesus was crucified, that same mountain. So the same place where Isaac would be laid on an altar and a ram would be provided is the same exact location where Jesus is crucified. And there are thousands of years between Abraham's sacrifice and Jesus' death on the cross on Golgotha. Yeah. But Abraham's eyes were opened to see thousands of years in the future. So what God was providing there was not just a ram. He was providing the blood of Jesus. Like, so for me, to your point about obedience, The reason why Abraham is known as the father of faith today is because Abraham's obedience in that situation allowed God to, through mankind, see the future and see the coming of Christ. And see the blood being shed. And see the remission of sins. And see the salvation of the entire world. Like, in that. So, when it says that Abraham's seed, Galatians 3, I was just reading this yesterday, Galatians 3:26. Like, when it's talking about, like, the seed of Abraham, that's only possible because of his obedience. I would have been like, no, devil, get thee behind me.
I'm saying, that's why
you are bugging. Like, there's no way I'm about to sacrifice this child that I had. Can't be God. I'm 100 years old.
After you told me the covenant already.
Yeah.
This is post-covenant.
Yeah.
You told me,
no way.
I'm going to do da-da-da, I'm going to do look at the sky.
100 years old.
Now this. And you already, and Sarah barely got this one out.
Yeah.
Like,
what
happened?
What you mean?
Ishmael is going, Hagar going, like, what are we going to do? No, so,
I would have been rebuking the devil. I would have went on a 21-day fast just to be like, no, devil, you ain't about to do this. No way. Right? And so I think that's where, like, that obedience is key. Because there are things that God is trying to show us, because once we can see it, we can do it. That's the thing with vision. Vision allows us to see what's possible. Right? And then we can operate accordingly. But if we can't see it, it can't happen. And so for many of us, I believe part of this whole justice issue is we have no foresight. Therefore, we have no insight. So you have this person over here, group economics. Cool. Group economics is correct. But this person is like, protest. Cool. Protest is correct. This person is like, no, we need to change the laws. Change the laws is correct. Like, everybody's all over the place with what they need to do. And all of those things are right. But what we need is obedience so that we have insight and we have foresight. So with foresight comes insight. Now we know this is exactly what to do.
Exactly. And really the body. Everybody going to you got your role. You got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do your thing.
This is exactly what to do. And boom, we do it. And that's what's going to be it, right? Garvey wanted to UNIA. He wanted to take everybody, like, back to Africa. Like, Du Bois has his own thing. Thurgood Marshall. It's all about, agriculture and technical. Like, everybody had their own thing.
Yeah. That's real.
And this is where, like, knowing that history is important, because it's like, yo, what do you do? Is it SNCC? Is it this? Is it that? Is it which one is it? Is it core? Is it score? Is it like like? And I'm not trying to like take away from any of these things.
It's real though.
Like, it's all real and it's all good.
They're
all important. But like,
and
I'm not suggesting the Abraham journey is simple, or easy.
I want to add to that actually what you said, because the faith journey, we just said, man. Like, I think for the young cats who watch, Abraham didn't get there overnight.
That's right.
You gotta remember that. So you gotta know Abraham's. You say he's 100+ years old.
Mm-hmm.
He lived a life of faith, and like faith are like these building blocks.
That's right.
It takes time to build the wall, to build the, you know what I mean, to build the structure. Because at that, even when you said, John, like, the thing that I always think about with Abraham is like, Abraham, by the time he hears that thing, I think the reason why he knows it's not the enemy is because he knows God's voice. He's clear. He done walk with him. He done talk God down.
Mm-hmm.
He done have a conversation. He had a long conversation with him. A debate with God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And won. And God got to change his mind about something, right?
Yeah.
So like he knows him. He sat down. Some people say the beings that came with their angels that came as gods to train. Wherever you say they are, he suffered with them. You know what I mean? Like he knows, so he knows the voice of God. So I feel like that's part of the faith journey, though. Like for you to get to the point where like
that's so good,
you're gonna do the thing that you know is impossible to do.
Yeah,
you have to know the voice.
Yes,
but the voice doesn't come that day. It came way back when he said, "Do this and not that." Did you hear him then?
Yeah,
and then again he said, "Do that."
Yeah, and
you start to, and it's building. The blocks are being laid.
Yeah.
So now I can now ask you to do the thing that you like. God, that can't be done.
Yeah.
But you know it's me saying it because you've talked with me. You've been, and I've shown you.
Yeah.
I've shown you that, I'm with you. Oh yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. It's my burden, not yours.
Yes.
Just walk it. Like, and now the thing is like, oh man, I can't do this joint. But like, you know what though? I know it's him. Don't tell him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go for it.
Go.
Right? I think that's the Abraham moment. Like Isaac is the biggest joint we know.
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, it wasn't overnight.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100. And think about Noah building the ark. Like that's a 100-year journey.
Yeah.
It ain't no.
Years.
It takes time. Like
yeah.
even that. Like it's a faith walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, and one step, a series of steps become a journey. Like it's like you gotta take the first step, obedience, and like second step, you want 3, 4. Okay, now I'm on a faith walk. Now I'm journeying with God, right?
Yeah.
So the young people who just watch, like, yo, like it's not overnight. You're not gonna be Abraham overnight. Nah.
No.
No one's how you talking about. You know what I mean?
No.
That's probably not his voice.
Yeah.
Because you don't know his voice.
Yeah.
If he said, "Oh, I gotta do this,"
yeah.
Yeah. Let's start with this, because God is not. I told this thing about these pastors who say drink, like the hardcore cast, like the first conversations with God when you're in sin is correction.
That's right.
Not vision.
Yeah. That's
it's
right.
correction.
It's correction.
Get in order.
Yeah.
You're out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Cut back, because he's trying to get you out of the mud first.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna build something. Like,
that's
okay,
right.
the first conversation with God, he might give you a little dream here. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm supposed to do that. But the real conversation you're gonna have with him at first is gonna be like, don't talk to that woman.
Yeah.
Don't watch that.
Yeah.
Don't, like, it's gonna be like,
yes,
I need you in order with me.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
First conversation.
Yes.
After a while, you're gonna get to some other stuff. But
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Your first combos with God gonna be get in order.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It won't be all at once.
Yeah.
But it'll be a walk. Like,
that's
I gotta
right.
get you in alignment with me.
That's
you
right.
don't know me.
Yeah.
Read the book to get my character.
Mm-hmm.
So you can understand. So when I talk to you, you know if it's in alignment with my word or if it's not. You know what I mean? But again, with that faith walk, bro, like it's a journey. Like Abraham, you said, bro, like even for me, like I can't even fathom that joint. Like my son, like, yo, what? But at the same time, if you know his voice though, which Abraham clearly did, like even still, I'm just like, I know your voice, God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this though.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know. And,
Yeah.
Anyway, my joint. You said, but I didn't know that the mountain joint. Like I didn't know that joint.
Yeah.
That's deep. I didn't know that joint.
And when it
makes sense though.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Yeah.
And I need to clarify this because I know I've heard it and I've read it too. Yeah. That's what it is. But I think the more evidence of this is Christ himself. Like I've recently become much more fascinated by the Garden of Gethsemane because man, this revelation, I believe it was Darius Daniels actually that was it Darius Daniels? I think it was Darius Daniels that I heard preaching this, and when he said it, I was like, oh my God. Jesus had an opportunity to stop in the garden. Not just because he said, take this cup away from me, but because he had already shed blood in the garden. He said he bled, and he already shed the blood right there. So it's like he could have said, hey, listen, this blood, you know what I mean? Like, we've done this. Like, I've prayed and sweated to the point where I've now shed blood. Blood has come out of my body. And he could have said, all right, I'm done. The assignment is done. How many times do we shed blood and say, our assignment is done? But he still went forward and carried out the assignment. And to think in that moment, he could have said, I'm done. I finished. It's finished. Like, I've shed the blood. It's finished. Right? Man. And so, but to know that God is like, okay, you got to finish. You got to finish. And again, and I'm saying this because, man, there's been times over the last 2 years, 2.5 years, that I've been like, all right, God, I'm finished. I'm finished. We done now. Okay, we done. Okay, now let me chill. Let me relax. Let me and I'm not saying God won't let you relax because He knows you're human. He knows we're dust, right? And it's important that we know that because God is a gracious and merciful God.
Sure.
And God knows the limitations of, like, he knows what our human capacity is.
Sure.
He knows it better than we do. And so he will give us periods of rest. He will give us Elim, right? Elim is Exodus 16:15. I love this. When I stumbled on this one day when I was reading, man, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And it goes to show just how good God is. Like, or is it 15:16?
Talk about the man, not the manna. What are you talking about?
No, Exodus 15:27. Yeah, 15:27. So, yeah, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it says then the children of Israel came to Elim, where there were 12 springs of water and 70 date palms, and they camped there besides the waters. So this is after they had already been travailing, and there was no water to drink. Mind you, they're in a desert. So they're in the desert. They're pissed. It says that they went into the wilderness of Shur. There's no water. It says and found no water. That's verse 22. Then they came to MaRah and they couldn't drink the water because the water was bitter.
MaRah was bitter. Yeah.
So you go from in the desert, you're traveling, and where you get to is a wilderness. There's no water. Then you go from there, you go to somewhere else, and the water you can't drink it. And so this is why it's important for us to know when you go from a place where you're already in the desert. You're already in a desert area situation. You go from there, now there's no water. Now you go from there, you're traveling, and you find water, but you can't drink it. Imagine how you must feel, what you're experiencing, right? So God is a God of grace, like he understands. And so what does he do? It's like, all right, cool. I'm going to make sure that y'all get some water. And the place is called Elim. 12 springs of water and 70 date palms. So basically an oasis in the middle of the wilderness. And this is where God's divine providence is, right? If you go through the desert and you go through that wilderness and you go through that bitter water, it's not all that. It can't be all that, because then he wouldn't be complete. He wouldn't be God. He wouldn't be the Father, right? I'm going to give you the oasis too. And the thing though is, when I give you the oasis, don't just, it says they camped there but they didn't stay there.
They couldn't stay there. That's not what
that's not home. You gotta keep going.
Right. It's just,
you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
It's a rest.
Yeah, it's a rest. And so, and as part of this whole justice conversation that we're having, we have to know that when you have seen what I would consider the backhand of God, when you've seen the backhand of God, the suffering, the punishment, the all these different things, when you've seen that, experienced that, then you have to believe in your heart as a Christian that there's an Elim on the way. Now here's the problem: when you get to MaRah and you're seeing that the waters are still bitter,
that's key.
Don't abort mission.
Don't abort mission, though. Head back to Egypt.
Yeah, don't abort mission. And a lot of us are like, yo, it's still bad.
Still bad.
They're still killing us like nothing on the streets. They're still doing. So the waters are bitter right now. The waters are bitter. That's the truth. And I think a lot of us have to understand that, like, because God is a God of justice, there's an Elim on the horizon. And when the Elim comes, we have to be ready. And I think we don't talk about that. Like, but Elim is not just something that you get. You have to prepare for it. You got to prepare for it. Because if you don't prepare for it, you're going to gorge on that water. You're going to gorge on those dates.
Yep.
But that's meant to preserve you for the rest of the journey.
Not to, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a huge part of it, man. Like,
it's good conversation, bro. And justice, I mean, yeah. I'm sure you're gonna have more. I'm sure. It will happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just,
there's so much more. There's so much more on that. On that like, you know, and we didn't even really start to scratch the surface around the tangible things that we do. Meaning, so you've got yourself situated. You're working on your home, which is a forever thing. Like, you know, it's not like you fix it and then that's it.
Yep.
Right? Or you get it in order, rather. But then what do you now start to do with other people? Yeah. What are you doing at work? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing in society?
Exactly.
Right? Because it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? You have to do things. You have to make sure.